It is very easy to become successful, forget what made you successful, and then give shitty advice to people about how they should get successful.
Shout out to Davina. I went on her podcast not long ago. She's in group coaching. She has something called Toxic Advice of the Day. I love it.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2169, does worry less actually help you accomplish more? I was watching somebody's content. I'm going to leave it anonymous. I'm not a fan of this person. And one of the videos they did was why you should worry less, essentially why you should worry less and how it helps you accomplish your goals. When you worry, you're manifesting those things that you're thinking about. It's like, okay, I understand where we're going.
What is that? No. Talk to me.
What it means is what you focus on will expand. That. If you're focusing on...
Let's just stop worrying about getting this episode done. Don't worry about it.
So that's going to be the antithesis. Is I think a better thing would be don't worry as much about the things you can't control and take that worry and reallocate it towards the things that are in your control. I can't imagine a world where I don't worry about the things that are important to me, that I can control. But I think it's very much the law of attraction direction of, well, if you worry about something, you're attracting that into your life. It's like, that's not, no. If you're worried about an outcome in advance, you'll actually be able to strategize better and more effectively because you're worried about it going wrong. And I think there's always a shred of truth in quotes, but the shred is often... You got to jump through 5 hoops and then realign the hoops to get there. And I think that's what it is. You should worry less on the things that you can't control and take that worry and reallocate it to the things that are way more in your control.
Nice job.
But again, that's a long-ass bumper sticker. Nobody's going to buy that shit. Nobody's going to buy that. Too long. But, we're not in the bumper sticker company.
Bumper sticker self-improvement. Bumper sticker personal growth is useless.
I concur.
It's not good. It's detrimental. So, Davina, shout out to you.
Huge fan. Great person.
Yeah. Group coaching, love it. Coming to all this stuff, relationship talk, she was there, great. Went on her show, and I immediately was like, you and I, we are on the same wavelength. I messaged her on Instagram. I said, I love this toxic advice of the day. Such a great idea. She posted something that said, time heals all wounds, in quotes. And then she corrected it and said, time doesn't heal all wounds. Regulation, repair, and truth-telling do. Time just hides the scar until it's triggered again. AKA, you have to do something.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I had a moment, okay? I would consider that a loving mom quote. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Time heals all wounds.
Yes. And it's terrible advice.
Hold on. We're going to get there. That's a loving mom quote, okay?
Sure.
Toxic, and again, I'm just saying it doesn't have to be this way, but just in my mind, it helps me visualize. Toxic dad quote is, get over it. It doesn't matter. You're soft.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the reason we do the
Drive
first
to 5.
one... Well, that's why we do the Drive to 5. But I think the reason we do the first one is because it's way more... It feels way better than the second one, for sure. Especially
Which one's more helpful? Both can be detrimental. We obviously know that. Which one's more helpful?
Going back to Davina's, it depends on how well you handle the advice you get.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I got some hate recently. And I think if everyone's always pleased with you all the time, you're probably not really growing.
That's what I'm aiming for.
There's someone else I'm thinking of. Amy doesn't care if I share this. Amy reached out. Amy Lennius on the team. Shout out to you, Amy. She said to Kevin and I'm getting some hate, so something must be working, which is ridiculous because what she posted was wonderful, I thought.
Same.
Yeah, but I do think that it's impossible to make change and to have an impact without being hated by some percentage of people. But I also want to be respectful. And so time heals all wounds is maybe an overly sugar-coated version of advice.
Yep.
And hey, time doesn't heal shit. Deal with it. I went to war when I was 13. Like whatever that toxic dad shit is. The truth is always in the middle. The truth is time doesn't heal all wounds. Trust me. You have to do something about wounds. You have to learn about them. You have to face them. You have to feel them. You have to cry about them. You have to go to therapy or get a coach or work through a journal, meditate, breath work. You have to work on something to improve. You can't think your way to success. My very first book, personal development book, was How Successful People Think. And I do think this is going to sound paradoxical, but I do think thinking is the most important thing, because that's the one thing humans, dolphins, and primates have above all other animals. I think our prefrontal cortex is the most powerful thing on planet Earth, in my opinion. That's my genuine opinion. AI is changing that, but we created it with our prefrontal cortex. So thinking is the most important thing in the world, but after thinking, you have to do something with your thinking. The only point of thinking, Kevin has his hand raised.
I have a question. Yeah. Would you rather you can't be a human anymore, primate or dolphin?
Dolphin for sure, 100%.
You've thought about this before?
Of course I have.
Why dolphin?
I think the ocean is cool, man.
I'm scared. I'm scared of the ocean.
They're very bright, and they can work together and collaborate.
What do you think I would like to be? And why? And you know the answer.
This is the most useless. We have fucking 8 minutes you're asking me about what you can be. I want to be a cantaloupe.
What do you think I would want to be?
A primate. Super strength.
Super strength.
Of course, super strength. Like they're strong as shit. Jacked. Okay. Dude, I'm not kidding. Speaking of toxic advice, I saw the dumbest video ever. Do you know how primates get so jacked? Genetics.
Is it their supplement? The supplement that they're selling?
It's their supplement they're selling. Yeah. How do they get so jacked with fruit? Well, this is how it works. It's this THGH 5717, and it's gonna get you jacked in very little effort. You don't even have to go to the gym. Actually, you could just.
Well, that's what they say. They don't even lift.
Yeah, yeah. They don't even. Yeah, I think they might.
Works for them.
Yeah, good for them. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So I said, "Love this toxic advice of the day. Such a great idea." She said, "Thanks. There's so much out there with the hand over face emoji." I said, "Seriously though, it blows my mind every day. On NOU, we are constantly trying to call out what's not accurate and not helpful. Not helpful. Now, helpful is relative. I get it. Oh, there's Emilia. I got to get the fuck off social media here. Okay." So, advice is always off unless it is completely catered to you. This is one, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'll never stop saying it. I love one-on-one coaching because I know your circumstances. I know your numbers. I know your goals. I know you. I know your culture. I know your country. I know your industry. I know your business. I know your career. It is so much easier to help someone who's just one person. I'm giving a speech next week, dude, to 14 to 18-year-olds. What in the hell am I going to teach them about reverse engineering goals and dreams? That's going to be fucking brutal for me. I'm going to enjoy it. I love talking to kids, but how in the hell am I going to do this? If it was one of them, that would be way easier. What are your goals? And then we would unpack it, and then I would help them learn how to. I can't teach them math modalities of thinking.
How many kids?
I actually don't know, to be honest. I got to find that out. I've been busy.
You have been busy. What else would you add to this? Because this is something we do talk about this all the time. This is the advice. The drive to 5 is probably somewhere in the middle. I think anything we have a negative relationship with, we fall in love with the advice that tells us to get rid of that relationship completely. So I'm somebody who worries naturally. I worry about stuff. I just do.
Yeah.
And
so you would benefit from worrying less.
I still think that's dumb as shit. No.
You think you worry the right amount?
I think what I do with the worry matters more than the worry itself. If I worry about it, it's just like, I really hope my best man speech goes well. Well, we'll see. Instead of sitting down and saying,
don't you think that I need to worry more?
It depends. It depends on what we're talking about. What? With what?
Because you used to worry so much that you had panic attacks. That was detrimental. That was too much worry.
Less
right?
than ideal, yes, for sure.
Okay, too little worry is arrogant. Too much worry is traumatic. Too little worry, and you're basically just arrogant. And you don't even know it.
Yeah. I think it depends on what you're what are you...
Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
I think maybe with time for you, but it's different because you're optimizing time in a certain way. It's
Kevin's favorite thing in the entire world for coaching. If you ever coach with Kev, his first answer will always be, it depends. And then he'll go into his...
it depends.
It's true. It does depend.
If anybody, if you ever ask somebody a question and they give you like a world-class fire answer, it probably isn't true. Because unless they say, tell me about yourself... It's useless. And I mean, it's principles and fundamentals work, but...
You walk into a Best Buy. Hey, have you heard about this new TV? I'm here for a fucking HDMI cable, man.
Right?
Stop. That's just bad sales. That's why you're good at sales.
I appreciate it.
You ask about the person.
Speaking of asking about the person, how would you wrap this with a bow? See that?
Nice.
That was smooth.
I have 3 more minutes on my clock, man. What's happening here?
Trust me, I understand how you work.
All right.
You'll find a way to take it. You always do.
Okay. I think about this often. I think our show is boring.
Nice.
But I think it's more useful than the other podcasts. Of course I would think that. Of course I'm biased. It's our fucking show. It is better. It's better for your real life. It's not better for your social life. It's not. It is better for your real life because we are going to give you both sides of every coin. And that's where you contemplate for yourself. I don't want to give people advice. I want you to learn and think for yourself. I really want you to think for yourself. That's why no one likes my fucking answers. It's more questions. Every answer is more questions.
I like your answers.
Oh, thanks, man. Sometimes you don't. They're too macro.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, when you give me actual answers, though, and I can ask.
Yeah. Well, my answer to every question might as well be think more, think better, learn more, get better. I think we want to believe that there's like some answer out there. There isn't. There's principles that need to be applied to each individual for their individual goals. Optimize means there is no... I'm watching Star Trek. I know you knew that I needed the time. I'm watching Star Trek with Emilia. There's a new series, 2022 or 2023. It's actually pretty fucking awesome, honestly. But Spock is one of the characters. I know you don't know Star Trek, but for anyone who does know Star Trek, who's a super nerd, Star Wars, Star Trek, the whole nine, Spock is hyper-rational. And in Vulcan, in the science fiction, I know, Kev, take it easy. Apparently the female proposes to the male, which was fascinating. And the way this proposal went, they're on a date, they're eating dinner, it's this beautiful scene, and they're Vulcan. And he's half human, half Vulcan, Spock, so he's half emotional, half logical. That's why I think it's good. I always refer to you as Captain Kirk, and I'm like Spock, because I'm hyper-rational.
I assume he's handsome and very smart, so I accept that. I will take that. Thank you.
Anyways, yeah, he actually is, but another time. Spock is very... She says something on the date that she says, I will remain skeptical, but thank you. And Emilia and I are laughing because that's how our relationship is. I will be off at 8 tonight. She said, I will remain skeptical. But it's just very... You coach Emilia in podcasting, and you said it's hard to know that she has emotions. And she's very hyper-rational. She does. She has deep, deep, deep emotions. I've seen them. But she's very, 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 very on point. Very, very, very dialed in. She's optimizing everything all the time, 24/7, 365. And I like that. So my point is, it all depends on your unique style, your unique circumstances, your unique goals. If you like my approach, great. If you like Kevin's approach of winging it, I'm joking, then that's okay. But it all depends on your goals. The last thing I'll say, I promise. If you want a specific goal, you are now subservient to it. You don't get to be a mess and achieve great goals. That's not a thing without lying, stealing, cheating, or perception. And I think that that's something I really hope lands. There is no one size fits all to anything. However, the moment you set a goal, there is an optimal choice. There is an optimal approach. And you never get there. You just get closer and closer and closer.
Every time I hear Vulcan, I think Zoltan from Dude, Where's My Car? That's the first thing.
Which is, I think, referencing Star Trek.
Is it really?
I think it's making fun of Star Trek, yeah.
I'm not certain.
I'm not certain.
Never knew that. What a dumb movie that was. My goodness. I've wasted many hours watching that and rewatching that as a young man. That's
dumb.
Part 1. Part 2, this would be my takeaway. This is wrap it in a bow before we get out of here. Again, you've heard us say this many times, and I think this is like one of the fundamentals that sucks, but it's a fundamental. If you hear something that completely reaffirms your belief and it makes you... It's like a relief that you hear it because it's like, hell yeah, I knew I didn't have to do that. Just sit with it. And are we just agreeing with it because it makes our life easier? Or could we ask ourselves a question of, okay, if I was to argue against that, how would I do that? I love that. I love that exercise. Mm-hmm. I really want to order food tonight. If I had to sell myself on not doing that, what would I say? Well, it's going to cost money and you're going to feel like crap after and you're going to have heartburn, whatever. That I really think that's a powerful exercise for all of us. So anytime you hear something that's super reaffirming, try to sell yourself on the alternative and see if there's any merit there.
Strong work. I have one more thing. You predicted this. You predicted this. One more thing.
Go ahead.
I remember when the gyms closed during COVID, and I noticed some people were relieved.
For sure.
Okay. Why?
Because they didn't want to work out.
And they got off the hook. Yeah, now they don't have to feel guilty for not working out.
When it's not an option, there's no guilt.
Exactly. I know one person I'm thinking of who was basically in tears with me. We weren't in tears. We were so frustrated that we couldn't work out. We were so upset. We were vehemently upset every call. Why? Because we actually want to work out. We don't like losing progress, and we both lost massive progress. Some people are relieved, and the reason why is what you're talking about. When the gyms close, now you have a permission slip to not go. That's what a lot of advice is. A permission slip to be less. And I am not for it.
Well, there will be no bumper stickers up in here.
I appreciate that so much, dude.
Maybe what we could do is we could make our own little, and again, let me go on this tangent. We could make our own little bumper stickers, right?
Dude, where's my mic?
Nice.
That's our comedy podcast.
That's
coming
good.
Out next week.
That's good. I mean, this is episode number 2,168 of it. We've already got
Pivot.
It could be like the longest bumper stickers ever of all time. A whole bumper. Sell 3 of them, maybe 4 of them.
Dude, where's my mic? Kevin and Alan talking about fucking Star Trek.
The Genius and the Joker is the rebrand. If we were going to rebrand it, that's what it would be.
Fair.
You would get a lot of hate. I would get none because people are like, yeah, he's pretty funny. That works. I'm in.
That sounds about the same as this.
Yeah, probably. All right, cool. As always, we have a private Facebook group called Next Level Nation. We'd love to have you there. We have meetups every single month, book club every single Saturday, 12:30. We have a whole bunch of stuff. So if you have not gone to the website, we have the Dreamliner. Go to nextleveluniverse.com. It has all the stuff that we offer, a bunch of free stuff. You know us. We do a ton of free stuff, so check out the website if you have not in a minute. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. We are grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching towards your full potential. Next Level Nation.